Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Aaron Smith, the one-legged wonder here. Missing my right leg above the knee as always, and I've got all this metal in the left leg as always. Here's the x-ray of my actual left leg. Okay, so I'll get on with the spiel after I get going, but we're gonna do a ride north of town. I'm gonna put this helmet on. Y'all are gonna come with me. So it's about 17 miles we're gonna go. Nothing special about today except that it is December 17th. I do this ride a lot, but I don't do it a lot on December 17th. I only do it once a year at most on December 17th. So it's a beautiful day. It may not be a beautiful day when you watch this though. It might be rainy, it might be cold, it might be nighttime. So I make these videos because I gotta just get video surveillance of everything I do, because it can be dangerous. You know, that's how I broke this left leg. Somebody tried to kill me. So if they were to try to do that again, I'd have it on tape. That's what the sheriff's deputies told me to do, is just videotape everything. They said that would be the safest thing to do in my situation. So byproduct of that for you guys is that I get to get everything on video and upload it to YouTube and Facebook, so y'all can come along if you like. This is a totally new thing for a lot of people, riding a bike the way I do, you know. I don't know of any above knee amputees in the whole world who ride it like I do, who ride a bike like I do, but then, you know, there's everybody else too, and this is for everybody. And happy to have y'all along. Just you can be a lot safer in your own homes watching it in front of a TV. This little vicious dog. How's your dog doing today?
Good. Come here.
Good.
Ronnie!
It's okay. That one's not gonna bite my leg. He might bite me on the ankle. I've had little bitty ones jump up and actually bite me, so not that small, but there's a first for everything. First time for everything, so. It's okay if they bite me on the artificial leg, but if they bite me on the real foot, then all of a sudden, I gotta worry about, does this animal have rabies? So. Plus, the new concern is that I could get an infection on the metal in the real leg. Once metal gets an infection on it, it's really a lot harder to get rid of the infection than it is when you just have no metal. So that's just something I've had to be thinking about for the last 15 weeks that I've had all this junk in there. High grade stainless steel. It's about served its purpose. Doctor's trying to talk me into leaving it in there for the rest of my life. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, y'all. It kind of hurts when I get real active. When I'm walking and hiking a lot, it does hurt. So once it's fully served its purpose, it may just need to come out. Well, we got a train over here to the right. Hopefully it's not parked in the road at the crossing where we need to get across up here. It was this morning when I had to go this way. Had to wait quite a while for that train to move. But usually they don't just park on the road for long. nice. The train is not parked on the railroad. That doesn't mean we're gonna make it though. Train could show up between now and when we get there, but at least we know it's not just parked there. Pretty cold day, y'all. It was 26 degrees this morning. 26 degrees. I would have no problem riding when it's 26 degrees if I had the right clothing, if that's something I prepared for. But I really, you know, I'm wearing shorts right now, so I've got cycling shorts, but I don't have cycling long pants. I guess I could put long pants over these shorts. These shorts are real special because they have a pad in the butt, and they prevent me from getting what are called saddle sores. That's when you get parts of your butt just get blisters because you ride so long. If you wear the right kind of shorts, that won't happen. I can go over 100 miles and not get any blisters or have any problems with my butt with these cycling shorts. If I didn't have these special shorts, then yeah, I'd really tear my butt up, my skin, if I didn't protect it in some way on a long ride like that. So, but today's just a 17-mile ride. Really don't need special shorts, but it's always a safer bet to wear the safe shorts designed for this kind of activity. Guaranteed no irritation. Whatever machine y'all are on, make sure you're comfortable. It may be a recumbent stationary bike in your home. You may be on the treadmill. Make sure you got the right shoes for that. Don't rub a blister anywhere. This is supposed to be an enjoyable experience. That's what this scenery that I'm creating for you is supposed to add to your indoor workout experience today. As always, you can speed up the footage. If you want to feel like you're in the Tour de France, on YouTube, when you watch this video, you can play it at 2 times the normal speed. I sound not quite like a chipmunk, but you know, I'm speaking twice as fast when you do that. So, but you're also covering this ground twice as fast, just twice as exciting. It's up to you. We usually average about 10 miles an hour, maybe 11. I've had rides where, you know, on the gravel we go slower than we do on pavement, and that's partially because of the road surface, but a lot of it's because of the bicycle too. I use a different bicycle, bigger tires, bigger frame, heavier bike to ride on gravel as opposed to pavement. I have a separate bike that I jump on when I know I'm just going to stay on pavement. And so speeds can reach up to 15 miles an hour for an average speed for a 100-mile ride on pavement for me. And then speeds can get as high as 12 miles an hour for a 100-mile ride on gravel on this bicycle for me. So this year so far, according to geo tracking, I've ridden my bike just over 4,500 miles this year, which is 2020. And they give you a lot of analytical data. I have averaged 11 miles an hour for that 4,500 miles that I've gone. So I feel like missing a leg above the knee, I would go probably between 2 and 3 times faster than I do now, and that's because of all the muscles I would have that I don't have, and because of the added positions that I could get on the bike. Like I could stand up on the bike going up hills. That's something I cannot do when I'm missing a leg, because there's no knee joint, so no way to stay standing up while I'm riding. But I'll tell you what, this bicycle is still the best mobility device that I could ask for. It beats a wheelchair, it beats walking, it beats running. For just comfort and ease of use. Running is probably the best, gives me that best feeling of accomplishment as far as efficient exercise. Riding a bike, it takes longer to get that same level of exercise, but it's also a very enjoyable way to get around. Very enjoyable. Great way to create some scenery for y'all to watch while you're on your treadmills or indoor machines, or if you're just in front of your TV doing some kind of exercises, listening to your own music. Gives you some exciting scenery, especially if you live around here. You can explore your own environment, your own area close to where you live. We're going north of Gainesville right now. It's great for people who don't live around here, people in other countries who are shut down. Spain was shut down for a while. Nobody could ride their bicycles for 2 months. This would have been a good video to watch during that time period. It was also the case in France. This would have been some good indoor footage for exercising if you live in a city. So many people live in the city, they can't get to a place like this in the morning before work. Turn on your TV, watch me ride. Just ride with me. I'd like to have a two-way conversation, but you know, it's not how it is. I'm just out here by myself making the footage, but we'll be together when you watch it, and I know that, and I'm keeping that in mind. So I'm glad to have you with me. Yeah, I'm learning as I go, taking feedback from people. People are watching my videos, they're getting a lot out of them, getting inspired. So as long as that's the case, I'll keep going. Keep videotaping. I'll keep uploading. I'm gonna videotape all the time, as long as I can, but I don't have to upload it, but I will. As long as things keep going the way they are. Days like today when it's sunny and we can get some good lighting on the footage. It's cool. It's not 26 degrees anymore, but it's still pretty cool. We've had quite a bit of rain. We had some snow the other day. So the roads are still a little bit damp. Okay, now we gotta get across. Busy road, but we made it. We watched for the traffic. Well, I see some wild Canada geese out there, Canadian geese on that lake. Now they're behind the house. It's a nice lake. I'd like to go fishing at that lake. I'm not sure who owns it, but looks like it'd be a good lake to go fishing in. You know, I think maybe several different people own it. Actually, to tell you all the truth, I don't really care about fishing that much, but my kids do. So I'm always on the lookout for a good place to go fishing. Because what kind of dad doesn't take their kid fishing? Not this one. If I can find a good place to take them, then I'll take them fishing. All right, we're burning up the hill. Let's go. Y'all make your legs burn with me, or your arms. You know, you may be in a racing wheelchair indoors, a racing wheelchair trainer. That's great. Enjoy this footage. I'm delighted to have you with me. I trained at the Olympic Training Center before the 2016 Paralympics, the Rio Paralympics. Spent 2.5 weeks training with a lot of people who were training in all these different ways. Olympians, Paralympians. Paralympians were training in the facility on indoor trainers, racing wheelchair trainers. I know how that goes. I mean, that's a great way to get around. If I had a racing wheelchair, I would spend all of my time that I'm not on the bicycle and in the racing wheelchair. It's a great upper body workout. I'm just focused on lower body, but I'm neglecting the upper body, so I would prefer to do both. Which I do, you know, I do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, but that's not aerobic like this riding the bike and like using an indoor trainer on a racing wheelchair setup. That's all aerobic. Maybe, you know, some of these sprinters, it's all anaerobic, but regardless, I would like to have more exercise options at my disposal than I've got. I'd like to, but I'm grateful for what I've got. Grateful for what I've got. All right, we got some people over there. Got somebody coming up behind me in a big truck, but by the time they get here, we're gonna be turning right. Yep, the ground's pretty damp. Hopefully we don't run into any mud. So is the truck gonna follow me, or is it gonna turn off to the left? No, it's following me. I'm gonna get over here to the far left so he can pass us. It's just a pickup truck with a little, one of those little side-by-sides and a trailer on the back. If I wasn't so healthy, I'd want to get one of those side-by-sides and ride around, just let the gasoline engine do all the work. But I'll tell you, there's nothing that feels as great as being out here under your own power, regardless of whether or not you have one or two legs. It's just a great feeling having that wind blow in your face and knowing that you're the one propelling yourself into that wind, against it, overpowering it if it's a headwind, working with it if it's a tailwind. It's a great feeling of accomplishment. Keeps your brain more active too. You know, you got that blood flowing to your brain while you're exercising. Nothing makes you think more clearly than that. That's why a lot of people, you know, they send me messages like, oh, you should do a TED Talk, or you should do this kind of talk. Dress up in a suit and go to some group of people and talk. You know, it's like, well, you know, if you pay me to do that, I'll do it. I've done that. But right now, I'm kind of captive, and since I'm videotaping it for video surveillance for my safety, I can just can't say what I want. You know, obviously we're being broadcasted live or on a public forum, but I have plenty of time to think and plenty of blood flowing to the brain, into the brain, to help those thoughts clarify themselves, hopefully before they come out my mouth. All right, so now we're going downhill. All this rain that we've gotten and snow just made the roads damp. It's packed down a lot of the loose, dusty stuff. The one bad thing about it though is that it's kind of created some washboarding and some bumpiness that I didn't really anticipate We'll run into more of that further as we go, but it didn't smooth it down as much as I was hoping it would, but it did improve the road. It's an improvement. At least right here it is. I'm sure I'll eat those words further on down the road after we turn left. I'm gonna turn left up here. Yep, Christmas is coming. Hope y'all are gonna have a great Christmas. COVID Christmas, not get together with too many family members who are coming from too far away. The statistics, they don't really work in people's favor when everyone gets together with that COVID virus. People, they can spread it unwittingly. That vaccine, it's on its way. I don't know when it's going to be available to me, but I'm kind of interested to see how everyone reacts to it. The healthcare workers are getting it. Political leaders who want people to follow along, they're getting it. So we'll just sit back and watch. We'll see how that goes for them. If everybody does pretty well with it, then there's no reason not to get it. There's no government entity trying to implant a computer chip in your arm or try to genetically alter you to control you. If they were that powerful, they would just come knock on your door and put you in chains and drag you away. There's no conspiracy with this virus vaccine. Big Brother's not going to try to control you with the vaccine. I can promise you that. I can promise you, cross my heart, hope to die, 100% sure. But vaccines, all vaccines do have side effects, and we need to see what these side effects are and how many people experience them, what types of people experience them. Do you have some kind of condition that makes you more likely or susceptible to experiencing a side effect? If those answers are yes, then yeah, you need to evaluate whether or not you take this vaccine and weigh the cost of, well, if you don't and then you get the coronavirus, is that going to be even worse? So what are your chances of that happening? It's good to be out here riding again. We've had so much moisture that I haven't been outside to ride in a few days. Haven't really done a good ride since this weekend, or last weekend, when we went to Marysville. I hope y'all had the chance to look at that ride. We covered 48 miles, took us about 4.5 hours, climbed 2,000 feet, and we visited the grave of Daniel Montague, who was a Texas Ranger. He would be 222 years old today if he was alive, and he was a slave owner, Texas Ranger. Let me think of all the things he was. He was a senator, Texas senator, county commissioner for Cook County, Indian killer, killed a lot of Native Americans because, you know, he was here in the early 1800s, born in 1798, came here to fight in the Battle of the Alamo, Battle of San Jacinto, fought in the Mexican Wars. Anyway, he came here, I believe he served in the Confederate Army or something, maybe it was a Mexican Army with General, yeah, it had to have been the Mexican Army, because General Young actually got assassinated here in Cook County before the Civil War actually happened. And so Colonel Young, his posse of guys like Daniel Montague were the first ones to come to Cook County. And then that great hanging deal, he was the head juror, Montague was, because General Young was assassinated while all that was happening. And being a good loyal soldier, he made sure everybody who might have been involved with that paid for it. So basically they ended up doing a lot of things back then that were controversial now, but they weren't controversial then. Is the way law and order was maintained back then. So it's the way it was. Cowboys and Indians back then. The wild, wild west. So we got Windstar Casino on the left, over there. Y'all can see that. They're probably doing just great during the pandemic. They're not required to be shut down, so everybody who's out of work is probably over there blowing all their cash and getting even poorer by the day, which is what casinos, that's kind of the end goal, is to make everybody poor. Let everybody make themselves poor, get rich in the process. But you know, when I was in college, I took a calculus class. It's one of the hardest calculus classes at Texas A&M University. There are about 350 people in that class. And part of what we learned about is your odds statistics of winning in a casino. Let me tell you folks, they're not good at all. And you know, when that class was done, the teacher said that I got second place. My grade, out of all 350 college students who took that business calculus class, that's what it was called, business calculus, I finished second in the class. Only one person made a higher grade than me. And that class was all about statistics, calculus, and your odds of winning all those card games at the casino. They're not good. The casino makes money because you think you got a chance of winning, but if you knew the math behind those games, you'd know that's not the case. On average, you're always going to lose. Always. Guaranteed. Well, the wind isn't too bad today, but it is coming out of the north. So for us, it's a crosswind right now. All right, we're doing a little bit of climbing. We're about to do a lot of climbing. Well, not a lot, but we're gonna do some steep, tough climbing. As those of you who've done this ride with me in the past know, we've got a steep little hill up here. Once we turn to the right, I'm gonna get my gears right for that. All right, so the sign up here says slow livestock crossing. Well, I don't think we're gonna have any trouble going slow on this particular hill because it takes a while to get up. I hate being on this right side, but we got some serious washboarding over here. I mean, on the left side, we got the serious washboarding going on to the right. So I'm gonna pull out my trekking pole here and we're gonna power on up. Good news is the ground surface is stable, so we're gonna have no problem making it up. Now it's getting easier. And we've essentially made it. All right. Beautiful. So we've made it up the steepest hill, but we still have the longer hills to go. Some long, fairly steep ones, not this steep. Trying to decide where or if I'm going to do a ride this weekend like that one I did to Marysville last weekend. There's a lot of different variants, options around the Marysville area. We may go back into that area again just because it's got the biggest hills, best scenery. The big hills are great for testing myself, and the scenery is great for enjoying the experience. One time up that way, I came across some wild hogs that attacked me. There's probably 150 to 200 wild hogs. And I rode up on them, and the little babies came out. Well, they were crossing the road and getting caught up in the briars, bushes along the side of the road. Some of them just stopped in the middle of the road and started squealing. They were so small, and then the big ones freaked out and came at me. So that was a scary experience. But it was also exciting. It was exciting. I'm glad I made it out alive, but glad I have the story to tell about too. All right, so now we got this hill, which is also a challenge. It's about as steep as that other one. Maybe not quite as steep, but a lot of times it's got unstable footing. There are rocks on it that are loose. A lot of factors determine whether or not a hill is difficult. One of those factors is the wind. Is it a headwind? You got a really steep hill with a really fast headwind. Sometimes I just have to get off and walk. You gotta weigh the risks. There's one hill, Windmill Hill, northwest of Munster. Most of the time I'm better off just getting off my bike and walking up that hill. Not the whole hill, but once it really gets steep, I go as far as I can, and then there becomes a point when it gets dangerous. So that's when I get off and walk. Not here to blow all my candles out on one hill. Here to get a aerobic workout. All right, so we are spinning. I'm not going to use the pole. I could, but, and I would if this was a longer ride, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to today. Alrighty. Now we're going into a headwind, but we're going downhill, so it's all good. I'm trying my video in higher definition today. Now, will that convert over? Will you be able to watch it in higher definition on YouTube? I kind of doubt it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just, you know, I got this GoPro that I'm using, and it's got all these different options. There's a recommended option for riding the bike. That's what I've been using, but today there's a higher, I've decided to use a even higher resolution option. See what that does for us. But I mean, the reason I say it won't matter when we upload it to YouTube is because they only allow you to play it in up to a certain level of resolution, and then beyond that, YouTube just won't support it. So now, will it support it in the future if I upload it in higher resolution today? Maybe, I don't know. I'll just try it and find out what I can find out when I upload this particular video. If I don't see anything special about it, then we're gonna go back to playing in the same resolution that we've been playing all the videos in before, because that gives me a longer battery life. Alright, now we're starting to go uphill again. Man, I wish all these people wouldn't come out here and dump so much trash in areas like this. I wish they would just put it in a trash can. Because there aren't a whole lot of people that are just going to come out in the country and pick up this trash. It's probably choking the wildlife, killing animals that didn't ask for it. Darn shame. All right, we got to be quiet going around these turns. Listen for cars, trucks. All right, so we had to climb around that curve, and now we're still climbing. We won't be going downhill until we get to the top of this hill. So let's turn up your resistance, everybody. Let's work our way up this hill. Let's feel that burn until we make it to the top. Come on, come on. It's not just super steep, but it's pretty steep, and it gets steeper. All right, keep going. We're almost there. Man, I think I forgot to turn on my Strava before I started this ride. Oh well. Just means my data will be a little short of miles in elevation climbing when it's all said and done. I think I'll turn it on now though. We made it to the top of the hill. So I'm gonna start my Strava. Probably already 10 miles into the ride, or 8, something like that. But I'll record, geo-track what I can from this point out. Alrighty. pedaling, but we're not climbing, so we're covering more ground per pedal stroke. All right, now we're climbing again. Hope y'all are enjoying the view from up there on top of my helmet. It's a pretty good vantage point. Let's climb, climb, climb. Yeah, it's a good vantage point. Y'all are on top of a 6'7" tall guy riding a double XL size bicycle. We're still climbing. We're still climbing. Feel that burn. Feel the burn. Let's get to the top of this little hill. We made it to the top of the hill. Pat yourselves on the back. Get to glide on down the other side of the hill and then do some more climbing. Hey there, horsey. How you doing there? So we've been climbing for a while. Now we're on top of the hill. I can see all those windmills off to the right. About 100 windmills. That windmill farm north of Munster. You see it real clearly from here. I can see it. Y'all would be able to if I had better features on my camera, but this is still a pretty good camera. I just can't control the focus, so we can't go out and reach out with our vision way out there like I can with my naked eyeball. But I'm telling you, there's a bunch of windmills off there to the right. All right, so now we are going downhill. Down, down, down. So it's starting to get steep, y'all. Let's work to get to the top of this hill right here. Come on, come on, come on. Let's put in that work. Come on, y'all, let's go. Let's get up this hill. All right, y'all did it. Good job. Good job. Anybody can sit in front of a computer screen. Anybody can work in the oil field all day. Come home and sit in front of a couch and drink beer. But not anyone can get up that hill. I commend y'all for your accomplishment. Good job. We did it together. back on the gravel. About to go downhill a little bit. Got some people clearing their land right there. They have to park out on the road because their little private road that goes back there is muddy. Pretty bumpy, and we're climbing. All right, we got a steep hill here. We're going down it. We just got to kind of be careful. You don't want to crash while you're going fast, that's for sure. All right, now we're going uphill again. You can turn up your resistance, but I'll tell you this, don't turn it up as much as it can go, because we're gonna be going up. It's gonna get steeper is what I'm saying. Kind of gradually turn up your resistance. See up there in front of us, it'll get steeper. This is the last big hill on this little ride. All right, so we got a car coming up behind us, but y'all keep climbing. Push, push. That car looked like it's in pretty bad shape. They either backed into something or somebody hit them from behind. I don't know. A lot of metal underneath it swinging around, kind of loose, like the exhaust pipe, and some big old hunk of metal was swaying back and forth. Maybe it was a spare tire, I don't know. It didn't look like a street legal vehicle. It's probably why they're out here on this gravel road, because they know they wouldn't pass inspection on the pavement. All right, so we just made it to the top of this hill. Ha! Now we're going down, down, down. Enjoy this coasting down the hill for a little while, y'all. All right, now let's start pedaling. This flattens out pretty fast, so we got to ride that momentum as long as we can. Those people were going pretty fast. And slow down one bit. That's fine, as long as you don't try to hit me, because I got you on video. All right, time to turn left. Bumpy, bumpy. Washboarding going on there. Trash. People think this is their private dumpster. I guess they're people from Oklahoma. I don't know. You know, I haven't caught many people dumping trash, but I did catch a guy from Oklahoma dumping his trash here in Texas. And caught two different guys in Gainesville who came out here and dumped their trash. But you know, I'm not a law enforcement officer, so it's not my job to punish them for that, but it's not something I like to see. It's disheartening to see people out here dumping their trash when they could just put it in a trash can. We are climbing, so let's climb this hill, and then we're gonna go down this hill on the other side, then we're gonna turn back into that north wind, which isn't too bad, but you know, when we start going straight into it, it might feel kind of bad. So y'all be sure to keep your resistance up when we do that. All right, let's go. Come on, come on. Let's climb this hill. Let's go, let's go. All right, we made it to the top. Congratulations. You live to climb another hill. Here a train. We got another mile or two to go before we actually have to cross the railroad, but that train is gonna beat us there. Hopefully it'll beat us there and just go so fast that we won't ever get to deal with it. Alright, now we're turning into that north wind. Amazing how fast these roads dry out. They felt real good today, but they're drier now already. You know, just an hour later, passing the same section of road, I can tell that it's dried out some. So they're good, they're looking good. A little washboarded out, but right now they're real good for riding the bicycle. Compared to what they've been the last few weeks. Compared to how they've been. Like I always say, these roads are a living, breathing entity. They're different every time you get on them. If you get bored with riding pavement, road races, just get on the gravel. You ride the same route, every day it'll be different. We've been pushing our way up this hill and now we're at the top. Just about there. Now we're leveled out. Ha! are climbing. Come on, come on. We're in the home stretch of this ride. We've only got 2 or 3 miles to go. Let's put in that work to get to the finish line. Come on. Come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. All right. Almost there. All right, now it's leveling out. Okay, we're at the top of the hill. Got a lot of bumpiness here. Oh. Well, I think I recognize that guy. I think that was Daryl Timmons. How's it going, Daryl? If you watch this video, it's good to have you along for the ride too. MCM Air Conditioning. Good stand-up guy. If you need air conditioner work, I recommend Daryl Timmons. Or, of course, my Uncle Adam Sneederjohn, if you live in the area. 2 best guys I know in the air conditioning business. Well, I don't see a train, y'all. That train we heard earlier, I don't see it yet. Hopefully it doesn't catch us right before we cross. You just never know with this crossing. We have about 75 trains that move through or across this crossing per day, so the odds of getting caught are pretty good at any given crossing time. There's no rhyme or reason to the schedule, unless that rhyme or reason is inconveniencing people. Sure enough, we got a train just about to take off, so hopefully we can make it across before it does. It's over there on the left. Right there on the left is where it is. And it's going to take off any minute, any second. But until these cross arms go down, we can cross. All right, we got that train there. And then I don't see anybody on our right, way off there. I don't see anybody coming. So we made it. No inconvenience of the trains to deal with today. Alright, so we got this car going slow, dragging their butt, and then we got this truck coming. I'm gonna get over behind this car. This ride's kind of making me hungry. We've just been expending energy the whole time. It's making my stomach start to growl. But that's fine, you know, I'm not gonna feed it. I'm gonna wait till dinner time. But that can be one of the byproducts of a good exercise session. You can feel hungry. If you're trying to lose weight, then just eat, you know, stick to your normal schedule and don't listen to that craving. Just wait till your normal eating times, eat your normal amounts. Great thing about exercise though is that you can let your diet slide a little bit. You don't have to watch it as closely. But if you want to lose weight, then you should watch it closely. And just know that while you're doing this exercise, you don't have to starve yourself or eat quite as little as you would if you weren't exercising at all. You can eat more, a little more. And get over here. Making good time, y'all. Making good time, doing good. Witherspoon Street. I always wondered, what is a Witherspoon? So we're on Witherspoon Street. What inspired that name to begin with? Did somebody take a bite of something that tastes so nasty that their spoon just started withering? Like a withering, wilting flower? It's like, damn, that food stinks, it tastes bad. I don't know. The world may never know. But my guess is Witherspoon is named after somebody. The question is, what is that somebody named after? Maybe he was a bad cook. Or maybe his granddad was a bad cook. Maybe his great-great-great-granddad was a bad cook and he didn't even know it. Or maybe he's such a good cook that his food withered the spoons for some reason. I don't know. The world may never know. Alright, so we are getting into town right at about the time that kids are getting out of school. We're gonna ride right past the school. It's gonna be some heavy after-school traffic probably. We're gonna watch out for that. We're gonna stay alert. Hope they stay alert. But if they don't, that's okay. We're gonna be watching. We're gonna be reacting. All right. So this is a one-way street. We're about to get on it. All right, we got this line of parents picking up kids. Everybody's on their cell phones. Oh, I know her. All right, we gotta watch out for this traffic. I know her too. All right, so we're just about done with our ride, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you didn't get offended by anything I said. If you did, just know that I wasn't serious. I didn't mean it. It was just a joke. Gotta fill a lot of time with yakking if I don't want it to be just totally silent, which a lot of it is. A lot of this footage is totally silent, so if anything was offensive, I didn't intend for it to be, and I'm sorry if that's how you feel. So anyway, I'm going to stop here in a second, give y'all a little breakdown of our ride. I can't give you too much of a breakdown because my geo tracking. I'm gonna stop it. I didn't start tracking this ride until we were about 8 miles into it, so I hope y'all enjoyed this ride. I enjoyed it. It's just this is not a special ride. This is a ride I do all the time. You know, this is about 3 or 4 times a week, sometimes 5 or 6 times a week. I do this exact same ride. So what's unique about today is the date I did it, and you know, conditions are always different. But yeah, we averaged about 11.3 miles an hour for the little bit of the ride that we did get on, that we did track with a satellite. So y'all have a great day. Thanks for joining me, y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.